the other people's world of view, and then you'll be fine as a tribalist. But when you look very well at those, especially the Ronukus, the Batidiot, the bastards, the Yoruba Ponus, the Omwa, the Dedes of Yoruba land, they don't give a shit about Yoruba land. They don't care. They don't. That the Fulani terrorists have created over 2,000 different terrorist camps in our forest, killed over 6 Yoruba Obas, kidnapped more than 8 Yoruba Obas that paid ransom. Yeah, that will get me mad, right? As a Yoruba man, it actually did get me so crazy. I did a lot of program on that, right? It doesn't move them. They don't care. You know, they don't care. There are some of them who are actually saying that the Fulanis can continue to kill us. You know, the Fulanis can continue to kill us, but we must take these Igbos serious. We must make sure that these Igbos are kicked out of our land. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You're okay to keep seeing our people slaughtered. It's inconsequential. It doesn't matter. But you see those ones who come to your land to do business, pay taxes, pay house rent. Some of them buy lands to build properties. They also pay taxes. Hired people, training them, paying salaries to those who are working for them. Those ones are more dangerous than the Fulani terrorists who are holding guns, AK-47 guns, chasing us down like we are just one kind of, animals in a game reserve. That doesn't bother them. I'm serious. There are those who are on social media promoting that, and their Sharid election is coming back again. You listen to this.
When you look at the situation of things, yeah, they are killing Fulanis are killing people, elders are killing people in the bush, they are killing, but the people that want to take over our political space and economic space in 21st century are the Igbos. When you look at the situation of things, yeah, they are killing Fulanis are killing people, elders are killing people in the bush, they are killing, but the people that want to take over our political space and economic space in 21st century are the Igbos.
Do you see what I'm saying? That is what I'm saying. They parade themselves as Yoruba conservatives, spreading hatred, hateful, divisive messages and rhetorics. They are so convinced that they are making a lot of sense, but they are not. What they are not telling you is that they will even tell you. Some of them will tell you that, I'm not APC supporter. I don't even support Ifnumbu. It's just I'm a Yoruba man. These people cannot be coming to come and insult my Yoruba. Cannot be insulting. But that's not true. They are not pro-Yoruba. They don't give a shit about Yoruba land. These are just bots, like created sewage dwellers whose job is to spread and push divisive, hateful rhetorics. They don't care about Yoruba land. You wait till Tifnubu is no longer your president anymore. You'll begin to shout pro-Yoruba again. This time around, they won't give a shit about Nigeria because they don't care. You see the real Yoruba Omoluabis, the Yoruba Omoluabis, the ones who have a lot to lose. Those of you who still have ancestral lands. When you look at Tifnubu and his co-travelers, all these Ronukus, the Ronu bastards, right? These are a bunch of low lives that gives no, we call them crumb eaters though, right? The crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all-risers, the humbled slaves, the voluntary slaves, Anyway, so they have nothing to lose. Fulanis can take over every land they want to take as long as Tifnubu and his gang are not losing Lagos. Everywhere in Yoruba land can bleed. That is the truth. That's them. And that is why those of you who have been somehow swayed, right, emotionally manipulated, when you watch programs like this, when you watch Mayegun, it is to help you stop digging your own graves. You know what I mean? The hatred they are spreading and the rest, they are weaponizing the differences between the people. And in this regard, right, to the disadvantage of the children from these relationships. If in 2025, an educated person is telling their own, it's actually stopping a 2-year relationship. So to those of you who are older now, or those of you who have been victims in the past, right, this won't be a shocker for you. It won't. But to these young children in their 20s, they would have to learn it hard way, right? I mean, they are saying it to themselves that we need to protect, the sanctity and then the mental health of our children in the future. You don't want your children to be bullied. You don't want your child to be bullied simply because of the circumstances of their birth. And that's why we must speak up. So again, I'm testing or test running this change of scenery like this. I know it looks a little bit, I don't know, it looks a little bit like too much, isn't it? Yeah, like, so we will be having our own, what's it called again? Like, we'll be having our own podcast in here very soon. And that will be like that. So that will be interesting, put it that way. So an interesting time where I can possibly bring back to this place, right? If I get hold of some of these rogues from that contraption, right? So I can drag them down here, get a few other guests, and have a gist about what they are up to, right? So I'm just running this, and again, my line. Let me check that again. Sorry that I missed that your call. If you have tried to actually get through, okay. So listen, the number to call if you want to be part of this for another 25 minutes. Another 25 minutes. So the line will be opened, and I actually want you to call in so that I can check this and make sure that the line itself is working, right? So the Fulani terrorists, they have a new, I think, a new entrant into the game. They are called the Bermuda terrorists. Guess what? They are domiciled in Kwara State. Kwara and Kogi. In the last 4 days alone. You see, Kwara is believed to be a Yoruba land, even though the way the geographically kind of like map it out, they are telling us that it is not South Central. Because to me, I was like, okay, if you call the middle belt of Nigeria North Central, right? Why not call it a South Central? Because the majority of people from that middle belt part of Nigeria, they are more than 80%, I'm sorry, more than 70% who are like Christians, right? Now, I'm not saying the South is Christian per se, but it's like it's balanced that way, right? So, Kwara State has been witnessing ceaselessly the violent campaign of this Bermuda terrorist. So far, they've killed over 50 people. Yeah, just like Bassa and Bokos. Yeah, like Agatu, and then what's that place again? Otrupo in Benue State, where they have been going on and on and on and on and on with their campaign, their bloody violent campaign, right? Anyway, so they call the middle belt of Nigeria, they call it a North Central. So I think I'm going to start calling it a South Central so that you can understand how ridiculous that actually sounds, okay? North Central. Why not South Central? Kind of, right? Anyway, so Kwara State, Kogi State, Plateau State, Taraba State, Nasarawa, And one more. No, is Nasarawa not northwest? Anyway, it doesn't matter. All this middle belt, right? So Kwara State is a Yoruba land. Yeah, that one is true as well. I know they have Fulani there too, especially those ones in Ilorin. But statistically, right, the population of Yorubas in Kwara State is over 70%. They are in the majority, so it's the Kwara State, right? Very close to home, right? Oyo North, in Oyo State, where Solomon Kende Ibadan, their governor, right, has been telling us how much he's been investing in the security apparatus and the rest of that place. But you see, Oyo State alone, from what we gathered, there are over 500 Fulani terrorist camps. Now, you see, Oyo State share the border with Kwara State. So they're like this. So right now that you have a Bermuda terrorist in Kwara State, wreaking havoc, destroying communities and villages, collecting taxes from Nigerians. That's one unbelievable thing I have possibly like experienced in a long time, right? Never experienced before, but like I've been watching in a long time. Terrorists, they collect taxes in Nigeria. And it's not even funny. Terrorists collecting taxes in Nigeria. And as for Tifnumbuan is a gang. About you on your own, no? You are on your own. So will tribalism help at the end of the day? Tribalism that can't guarantee you any form of security. Here goes a waste of tribalism near Gonsef. Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man. Allegedly. So if Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man, allegedly, yeah, and today, our people are being dealt this horrible blow by terrorists that seems to be like above the law. Yeah? Give me a circle. I think I have my first caller and I hope this connects enough, right? Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you connect again?
Oh, you connect you, Baba. How you doing?
Afis Balogun ló sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá.
Afis Balogun ọmọ ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọ Àtìbà. Ó yá túpè.
Ọkùnrin mẹ́ta ọmọ Bálé Balógun òjò pa ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ máa dẹ̀ lọ́yọ̀ọ́lé.
Wàhálà.
Ló sọ̀rọ̀. Yes. Ìgbà tí mi rẹ́lẹ́ bọ̀dù pé wọ́n lẹ́bùn rẹ̀ pé aláti tẹ̀sí ká ló máa ìpínlẹ̀ rẹ̀ ló. Aláti tẹ̀sí ẹ̀.
Yeah, I want to be sure that the phone. So I'll my share program can be now, you know, like, you know.
Yeah, why not?
Optics, like, how do you think? What do you
think?
I
love it. Baba, I am interested in it. I like it.
You do?
It's very, very good. It's a much more relaxed environment whereby you don't have to sit on your seat.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Whereby you can just sit, relax, invite people whenever you want to. Some of your friends have come down from London and they tell you that in the neighborhood and you know that this person is very vocal. You're like, can you join me in the studio? Even just for 20 or 30 minutes. Let's have a chat.
You didn't feel me, right? Because the bottom, like the point is that when people want to come here, right? So I'm going to do a little tour. Thank God that some of you are watching now, Seth, right? So I'm going to do a little tour to show to us why I need all of your support. The fundraiser was really that I pended for now, right? So the bottom line is that we want to make sure that we can bring up any topic, for example, right? And we can bring somebody that is related to that. For example, let's say we want to talk about what Nigerians in the UK are facing. So I can go on and drag whoever they call the ambassador down here, right? Or somebody representing the embassy to come here and sit on this hot seat. Here, I mean, take questions from all of us and all of that. So, you need that space, you need that setting that will give this fantastic sort of like a package content. It's relatable. Everybody is like, yeah, I love this. Now I'm going to follow this up, kind of, right?
Yes. The thing is, Baba, I'm going to just give you a quick contribution to the
what I have said
topic you are talking about. Baba, between me and you, I was actually talking about it with a friend at work today. This guy is from Zimbabwe. I said to him, I think Africa is possible. Because if Africa is not cost, right? When all these killings are happening in the Middle Belt, that you guys have been covering and have been talking about it and have been outspoken about it, guess what people are picking up? They are not picking up on, this is barbaric, this is not good. They are all about the figures are not correct.
Yeah, they are trying to disprove it by saying that the numbers that people are calling are not correct.
The numbers are being fabricated. Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's assume that these numbers are being fabricated. Even if it's just one person that lost their life, does that person not matter to you?
I beg you,
what happened to us? I not sure why. Don't say why. Oh, why you to alone? Don't say you, Baba. You should do that. Don't put it for long.
I go lie for you, Baba. Ordinary.
In your time, extraordinary, Baba. It's not normal. This is not normal. I said Africa has been chaos, Baba, and it's not even a joke. It's not a joke anymore, Baba.
It's not a joke. You see, the saddest part also is the fact that our people have invested so much in this hateful campaign of tribalism and all of what have you, right? That you see, the likes of Tifnubu and Co, they can never believe their luck. Look at it.
I know.
Look at it. People are defending. People are kind of investing more on tribal this, ethnic that, religious this, 2027 this and that.
Baba, I want to take you down memory lane. When Jonathan was the president, and we had bombings in Abuja. I saw those bombings. My dad is a politician. He's a PC man. And I always call him. And I tell you when I see things. I said to him, when is this rubbish going to stop? That is his point. He said, the day they blow out their bomb in southwest Nigeria, that's when it's going to stop. It's doing it now. They are doing it. They've been doing it even before, what's his name, came. Fulani came. They've been doing it. What have they done about it?
It's always been like that.
I mean, I'll stop telling them now. I'll stop telling them now because the person that is dearest to me in that country is gone. Do you understand? As far as I'm concerned, as long as I get his wife and kids out of that contraption, whatever goes on the top of my business, yes, it has got to his thing now, whereby these people that knows what they are doing to they are the same one that they are attacking you. I know. We put everybody down. I got you put yourself in.
You see that.
Did he make any difference to anybody? No. Did they do anything about it? No. The year of your request about here because it's okay. As long as you're about to come back, we will talk because it's okay. They don't care. They do not give a thought about what happens to anybody in that country.
That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like all these guys who claim to love Nigeria from abroad. Afiso.
You understand?
None of them will genuinely actually take their own family or their children to that place like that. Or even relocate back to the place.
I'm going to remind you of another story. Shoroti Baba Kotoka Kuti. Towa like America. Towa Dako.
Shit, Latin America, it's one to be Germany.
Latin America, I will see America or Germany. The same story, yes. You had that for Baba. You know that guy. What ransom away. What's what we call it?
Now.
I want to look at Nigeria, man. Why invest CCB? It's one you go for 35 years.
Also need the ransom money. That's the security money.
You understand? Even if you pay that, they will get a cover on if you want to buy.
And that's my own worst fear. My own fear is that, my own fear is that they kidnap you, your family and everybody. Because if they're kidnapping right now, I know how I left the house. Would I call them to go and give me 100 million ransom? So now people will now go about to raise some money, only for them to still kill that person.
To kill that person. Only for them to still kill that person.
Take another one. Thank you so much. Abiso, Baba, you have a good one. Nice one. Bless you. So I have another caller on the line. It says here, Ibrahim.